Good morning from Gaziantep.
So we're just in the old town. These are all the Konaks museums. We're in the center of Gaziantep, the food capital of the world. There's so much stuff here. So I'm going to show you what to do, where, and how much it costs. What to see, the best of Gaziantep. Let's experience what the city has got to offer. Breakfast, we are in Metanet Lokantası. We're going to have bayran for breakfast, which is a local delicacy.
And it's typical here that they have bayran for breakfast, which is meat soup, I believe, but we'll have a look at it.
Let's go. This is very popular here, it's already busy. I think the prices are actually really good, so that everyone's eat here. Wherever the locals are, that's where you find us. So. This is right bang in the middle of the high street. So we've got the chefs cooking everything made to order. Rendered lamb meat, we have the garlic, etc. Lots of spice. This is for the morning, this is what everyone has. It's absolutely so busy here right now. Iris is just about to taste. I think it also sometimes comes with rice.
It does. It's just in my taste.
How spicy is it on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's not that spicy.
Okay.
For me, it's not spicy. Isn't as spicy in the mouth, but once it goes inside your body, it comes out in sweat. Look at this.
It's not for show. It's really good for your immune system. They have garlic in there. They have lots of different spices in there. Yeah, it was pretty nice. It wasn't unbearable. So that cost us 64 liras for both of us, and I think that's a pretty decent price.
Good breakfast. Now we're going to have coffee. This coffee is actually 400 years old and is one of the most famous ones. We need coffee to wake us up and to also digest all of that meat we've just had.
Yeah, so this coffee house is 400 years old and it still continues to this day. We're just bang in the middle of the bazaars. So you see typically dried fruit, dried nuts, vegetables, spices, live music already. Gone for a Turkish coffee. Iris has gone for the big coffee, which is a little bit more bitter. And we're going to sit outside in the garden as well, where they've got outdoors, and we're going to have the local coffee, which is the menengiç coffee.
That's a caffeine-free one. So this one is dibek, which I actually really like. I think this is what I've been drinking since we've been in Turkey. It's a little bit more bitter, just how I like it, and it doesn't have any milk in it. And it's strong, and it will give you power for the day.
The local music with the local instruments actually. So they've got the violinist, and then they also have the cumbish, which is like that guitar.
drinking tequila shots, you can have a shot of water with your coffee.
We're just going to explore the bazaar. There's just so many choices, so many stands, so many different independent businesses here. Spices, pistachios,
The specialty
nuts.
in Antep is the spices, and that's why the food is so flavorful, because it's got so many spices, and that's what they sell here as well.
Oğlum ne biçim sen olsun ya?
Ali! Ali!
Bahçada iyide, dalları yerde, sevdiğim hattış hanım kim bilir nerede. Bahçada iyide, dalları yerde, sevdiğim hattış hanım kim bilir nerede. Eyledir hele, derdini söyle, arayıp da bulamazsan gel bana söyle. Ara bir fellahi, severem vallahi, çekerem silahı, vururum vallahi. Eyledir eyle, derdini söyle.
This reminds me of when we used to go to church in the Philippines, and the sole reason of why I used to go to church.
Candy floss.
Sorry, Mum.
Kolay gelsin. He's just doing it freehand. So he probably does this every day, so that he knows the design and the patterns off by heart and how to do it so quickly. The more they can produce, the more they can sell, the more income they have, the more comfortable they'll be able to live. These people are super hard working, you know, they own their small business and they've probably got no sort of like future guarantees, so day in day out they do these and they sell these, and you know, they make a living feeding their families, selling these handcrafted goods. So support local and buy from these guys.
The difference between Diyarbakir, the land of copper, and Antep is here you can actually see them work, whereas in Diyarbakir, although it's known for the land of copper, you don't actually get to see the workshop, and I think it makes a huge difference when you see it work, or when you see people working on what you're buying.
Yeah, these are the actual workshops
Yeah.
where they are produced by the masters.
And also, these big pieces, actually, there's a lack of masters nowadays. So maybe in a few years' time, these are all going to be really pricey because there's not a lot of people doing this craft now. As you can see, it is hard work, so young kids probably don't want to do it.
As you come through the entrance over there,
She's waving, see?
you've got a way for the people to come in. Where we're standing is different to the cafe on the other side. So you've got the two different waitresses and they will wave and not talk to you. They're not allowed to talk to you until...
Basically, they have territories, so they can't disturb each other's territories. Then they have boundaries, and once you step in that boundary, you're them. You're theirs.
Yeah. Well, they can then start talking to you. It's to avoid disturbing people, you know, when it gets competitive. Two different businesses trying to pull in the customers. So this way they just smile at you and wave, and
Whichever way you step in is just their luck.
and the boundary is just by the door on the floor. And then she just showed us. She started talking, and then she said, "Oh, I can now talk to you." I was like, "What?" It was confusing, but it's very interesting. But I think it's very respectful.
It is.
Yeah.
Good business rules.
And she's a loser, so she's not. She's smiling.
not very happy.
She's got her arms folded, signs of the body language, which suggests
She's lost us.
she's lost us. But I think the cave is also here, a 500-year-old cave. You can enter here, and it's for free. So we're gonna check that out. So it's right behind us. So this is the entrance to the cave. Up there is where the steam, the heat goes out from the coffee, and it's currently made right here on the fire. And we're just gonna go inside. It's actually quite hot in here. There's a big crowd right now. Just playing music, and you can just like people dancing, musicians at the back. So,
gitti. Bu ne devranlık dünya gözünde Kerbeladır. Allah sen bunlar. Hocam sen de nasıl beraber bu ne devranlık.
Şaban dayı en iyi menengiç kahvesi. If you come to Antep, you have to find Şaban dayı. It's the best one. I've had this in a restaurant and in the cafes, but this one is so good.
Kömür, bakır, kömür bakıcılar.
Yeah.
Çok güzel.
This
Eline sağlık.
he's a mobile coffee man and he sells to the local businesses here, and he's much cheaper than everyone else.
Ve davet edip böyle git kahve
Yeah.
istedim.
So he just walks around to each store like that. But essentially, my favorite word, he walks around and he sells it to the local business owners who just sit outside their shops. He said the taste will last for 3 days in our mouths. I don't know if I want it to last that long, but we'll see. But it was 3 liras, so it's far cheaper
I'll
than the other
definitely
places.
remember it because it's so nice.
After having some coffee and exploring the bazaars, we're going to treat ourselves to a dessert now. And
We're going to a famous katmerci.
which is a local, again, local dessert made with pistachios.
Everything in Antep is made of pistachios.
Yeah, because there's just so much of it here.
The coffee is pistachio. The dessert is pistachio.
Just rolling.
We're in katmerci Zekeriya. Katmerci Zekeriya Usta. He's one of the famous katmerci here in Antep, and we highly recommend. We can give a taste right now.
This is the portion you get, which is fixed for 2 people. It's like pastry, which is got pistachio inside it.
It's a bit like pancakes. But it's just got pistachios, it's got the kaymak, what's kaymak? Milk,
Kaymak.
milk, cheese, something, I don't know what
Cream.
kaymak is. Milk cream. And then they just roll it up and get katmer.
Heat it in the
So this katmer is warm and you have it with milk. And all I'm gonna do is eat it, close my eyes, so I can remember the taste.
It's that good.
So good. So good. I prefer katmer over baklava.
Kardeşim çok garip bir zamanda kapıyı açtı.
Mem doesn't. I think you're a baklava person, but I'm more of a katmer person.
Bahçalarda mor beni veremedin sen beni.
We're now in the Zicili Bedestene, which has got 73 different shops. Again, it's similar type of products, but this one's kind of unique because it's indoor and the architecture is from the Ottoman era. So, one of the most iconic places or the landmarks in Antep is the castle, Gaziantep Castle. We're just walking around, there's shops around. They've currently got live music, so we're going to check out playing the folk music. Let's go.
Lambada şişesi
olarak kolay denir ama ne diyeceğim yani olsun. Ve bu Gaziantep türküsü olarak geçiyordu yıllar önce işte TRT arşivlerinde. Şimdi artık kilise döndü. Ama biz yine bunu ile okuyup Dondurama kol doldu, atmaya küreklere Dondurama. Efendim alkış çalan eller dert görmesin. Biz bir tane dedik ama gene aradan böyle hemen makasaya 2-3 tane daha söyledik. Dayanamadık efendim, sizler de sağ olun, var olun. İyi baktım ki bizi bekleyiler yorum. Ne diyeyim, bunlar kırılır mı?
This is a mosque. I don't know which one. But guess what? Go Google. Right, pit stop at the bottom of the castle.
We've come to the most touristy place in Antep, and this is where everyone gets a picture with a Gaziantep sign. Hashtag Gaziantep, been there, done that. Anyway, for our first day, I thought that Antep is the place to be. It really is. There's so much going on here, there's so much to do. And considering we've been to Diyarbakir, Urfa, Adiyaman and all the... Is that where? Mardin, yeah. We've been to Mardin as well. It doesn't really compare.
This is a lot more diverse, I would say, and you can find everything in those places here. But in those places, there's always something that was missing.
Tell me you're in Turkey without telling me you're in Turkey. You can just see the smoke. And if only you can smell it. It smells so good. There should be like, you know, Antep has a hashtag. It should be like, eat now, suffer later.
In Antep. This is like a Turkish pizza. You roll it up and then you put parsley, sprinkle lemon juice. It's got minced meat and vegetables on a very thin dough, and it's cooked in a fire, and it's delicious. Good. As part of the South East tour, normally we would actually start here. So you could fly into Gaziantep, it's quite a big airport, and then you would venture more east. But like Iris just said, I think Antep's got hammams, hands, museums, baklava music, whatever, like it's just got everything, and it's completely buzzing, like everywhere around you there's something going on, and it's very big compared to the other places we've been to. So yeah, you won't be bored and there's just so much to do.